Hello, this is Spartan Commander, and this is the 610th Rome Total War Brotherhood game that I've put onto YouTube. Just to say, this is our last battle for 2021, and I kind of wanted to go out of 2021 with a bang, if you know what I mean. And we really wanted to try and find a really good battle, a memorable battle for our last battle of 2021. And I hope with this battle I've found that. As I say, it's going to be a really interesting battle, and it is unusual because it's a 4 BH team against 3 non-BH and 1 Brotherhood member. Okay, so it is an unusual battle, and as I say, I hope it's a memorable one for our last battle of 2021. Okay, our first teammate is Brotherhood member Crypto. Now, Crypto has got the bog standard 31k Roman army of 14 infantry and 6 cavalry. And the reason that's the bog standard 31k Roman army is because it's so popular and so efficient, and that's why so many people bring it, and that's why it's the bog standard 31k Roman army. Okay, our next teammate is Brotherhood member Pompey. Now, Pompey has just got 10 infantry, 4 archers and 6 cavalry. Now, 10 infantry, that's quite a small number for the modern day battlefield, so I think it'll be interesting to see how well he does with those. Quick look at the upgrades on his cavalry, and I see he spent his money on his cavalry there. You can see he's got 8 upgrades, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. We know this Praetorian cavalry does really good with just gold shield, gold attack, but you put 2 experience stripes on them and that kind of makes them super cavalry. But will 6 really well upgraded cavalry make up for just 10 infantry? I guess we'll just have to see. And those 4 archers, pretty interesting as well. That's a pretty balanced army, but as I say, only 10 infantry. Is that enough these days? We'll just have to wait and see as the battle unfolds. Okay, our next teammate is myself, Spartan Commander, who's got his very old Greek cities army of 14 Spartans and 5 archers. Okay, 14 Spartans, 5 archers. Quick look at the archers. You'll notice I've got the 2 different types of archers. I've got 3 Cretan archers with their long range do a lot of damage, and I've got 2 of the short range cheap archers, which can be quite effective if used correctly, as we've seen in other battle videos. So there's my old-fashioned army there. And our last teammate is Brotherhood member BARCLAYMAN, who has got 12 pikes, 4 archers and 4 light cavalry. Okay, and this is BARCLAYMAN. This is one of BARCLAYMAN's factions of choice. He's got very good with Macedon, and if you notice there, he's got 8 upgrades, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack on his Macedonians, and I can't resist looking at the length of the pikes of those Macedonians there that the enemy is going to have to fight down to kill the man on the other end. Always a difficult job, especially for Roman troops. And as I say, he's got 4 light lancer units there, which has got 7 upgrades on. Now my guess is he'll use these to maybe mop up enemy archers, or he may well even try and take on chariot archers or horse archers with them, because they are fast moving. So there's our team. As I say, this could be a cracking battle, and I hope it's going to be a memorable one for 2021. And here is the other team. We have GOTW ROMEX 2, a very good player. He's been in several of our battles in the past, and as I say, proved to be a very good player. And now he's got 2 chariot archers, 2 archers, 3 heavy chariots, and 13 pikes. Quick look at his chariot archers here. As you can see, it's got 2 archers and the chariot driver in the chariot there, and these guys can form a Canterbury circle, and they can be a real pain, real nuisance, horse archers or chariot archers could be, because ordinary foot archers just don't seem to be able to kill them. And here we look at the upgrades on his pikes. As you can see, 8 upgrades, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack on his pikemen there. And I say, just look at the length of those pikes there that our men have to fight down to try and kill the man on the other end. I always think that's quite a formidable thing to look at there. And then he's got his heavier chariots there. Remember, these guys got a big fear factor, big attacking specifications, and can be battle winning troops, but they are a double-edged sword, as we've seen in lots of other battle videos. If they run amok, they kill both friend and foe alike, and are a menace to both friend and foe alike, and seem to be stronger in amok mode than normal mode, which seems to be kind of weird. So it'll be interesting to see how well ROMEX does with that army. Their next teammate is Brotherhood member Demon. Now, Demon has got 13 infantry, 2 archers and 6 cavalry. And I just like to show you here that old-fashioned but still very effective pillar shield formation there. Okay, can you see that one unit that sticks out? Now that unit is the one that attracts most of the enemy pillar hits, And as I say, that and it only suffers minimal casualties there because of the way that it sticks out, leaving the other two Pilot Shield units that basically unscathed. So actually, it's not a bad formation to try out if you wanted to. And he's got two archer units. Just like to draw your attention here to his archer units, fully upgraded. Okay, so he's got 3 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack on his archers. Okay, so those are some serious archers there. And as I say, an unusual, an old-fashioned Pilot Shield formation there. Quick look at the upgrades on his cavalry. He's got a stripe, gold shield, gold attack on his cavalry. So I think that's a pretty effective army there. It'll be interesting to see how well it does during the course of the battle. Their next teammate is RTW player Duke Luke. Now Duke Luke has got the bog standard 31k Roman army of 14 infantry and 6 cavalry. Okay, and as we said before, the reason that's a bog standard 31k Roman army is because it's so effective and so efficient. That's why so many people bring that particular Roman army. Okay, and our last teammate is RTW player CRUELBOT. Now CRUELBOT has only got 8 infantry, 6 archers and 6 cavalry. Okay, so 8 infantry. Now, has he got good upgrades on his infantry? No, he's just got gold shield, gold attack on his infantry. Now, usually with a small number of infantry, they would be usually well upgraded, but he hasn't done that. And there's his 6 archers there. Check out the upgrades on his archers. 7 upgrades. An experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack. So he's got some serious archers there. Now, can anybody think why he would have bought serious archers? Okay, and his cavalry, look at his cavalry, 8 upgrades, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack on his cavalry. Very serious there. Now, that's an interesting army build, but with only 8 infantry. And the reason he's got those well upgraded archers is, of course, because he'd like to target our Macedonian ally. Remember, those big 120-man pike units of Macedon are very, very susceptible to archer damage. So that's why he's bought all those archers. Right, a question for you now. Okay, to all the viewers watching this, see what you think. Who's got faction advantage? The enemy have got Pontus, Rome, and Rome. Okay, so Pontus and 3 Romes in their team. We've got Macedon. Okay, we've got Greek cities, and we've got Rome and Rome. So do you think there's a faction advantage for either team, or do you think it's pretty even? Please leave your comments in the comments. It'll be interesting to read what you think about this. Should be a great one for you to watch. Okay, at this very, very early stage of the battle, here you can see ROMEX bringing his chariot archers across here. Now what he wants to do is target BARCLAYMAN's Macedonian units there. But remember, we saw BARCLAYMAN's got his light lancers, those fast moving light lancers here, that he's bringing over to counter these chariot archers. Now, just a question for you. Do you think that if these 4 light lancers came into hand-to-hand combat with these chariot archers, that those 4 light lancers would win? Bear in mind, there's no fear factor from chariot archers, okay? So there's no fear factor there. They're not lowering the morale of enemy troops. But who do you think would win out of 4 light lancers and chariot archers? Now, you can see there that those light lancers are charging forward. You can see initially here ROMEX is pulling those chariot archers back, and then he turns them and bang as they charge back in there. So now it is these chariot archers against these light lancers. And if you were a betting person, which way do you think this would go? You can see there's well, that's one of the chariot archers there has just been routed there. You can see that. Still a lot of light lancers left there. But they would have suffered, I think they've suffered a lot of casualties there. And if you notice that chariot archer unit still fighting against those light lancers there. Still fighting even now. And you might have thought, well, they might have been taken out by now, mightn't they, those chariot archers with 4 light lancer units. And here comes Demon's cavalry coming over here as well. So I think it's time for BARCLAYMAN to back those light lancers off. Right, let's pause again for a second here. So there's still a chariot archer unit left. Yes, it's been battle depleted, but it's still left. But 3 of those light lancer units have been completely routed. So who would have thought that there? Bearing in mind that those you've got 1 light lancer unit left. Bearing in mind that those chariot archers don't bring a fear factor. That was just pure combat there between 2 chariot archers and 4 light lancers. So it just goes to show, doesn't it, how powerful those chariot archers can be, even in hand-to-hand fighting there. And there you can see that that last lancer unit is just routed. There you go, that last lancer unit has just routed there. So BARCLAYMAN's basically lost, I think, 3 of his light lancers. He's got 1 battle-depleted unit left. and there's still that chariot archer unit left. Battle depleted, but it's still left. If we just pause the game for a second, if you just look at the little skirmish here, look how many of those light lancers are dead in comparison to the chariot archers there. So it just goes to show those chariot archers are pretty tough, and as I say, they haven't got a fear factor. They're not lowering morale of enemy troops. So I thought that was quite an interesting little tussle there. And as I say, this should be a cracking battle for you to watch for our last battle of 2021. Now, a lot of you have seen our battle videos will know when I bring my Greek cities army, okay, very old-fashioned formation there. You'll find that a lot of people fight Spartans in a lot of different ways now, kind of spread them out a bit. But as you know, when I bring Greeks, I know I put my team in a cavalry disadvantage, and the only way I can make up for that is to attack. But as I say, it's a very old-fashioned army and a very old-fashioned, old-school formation. Most people fight Spartans in a different way from this now. They kind of spread the Spartans out quite a lot instead of them having in a tight group like this. So this is very old-fashioned, very old-school, maybe even out of date now. And it'll be interesting to see how well this battle formation does on the modern day battlefield. This kind of formation was being used 13, 14, 15 years ago. Okay, over here, remember the enemy SBQR army there has only got 8 infantry. CRUELBOT has only got 8 infantry, and he's facing Brotherhood member Crypto's 14 infantry. So there's a big deficit there in infantry there for that CRUELBOT against Crypto. So it'll be interesting to see what happens at that part of the battlefield here. Okay, so I remember in this particular battle here, I think the team plan here was for my Spartans to lead the attack. My Spartans were going to be the kind of leading hard edge attack of our team there. Okay, now obviously I don't want to take on the long piked units there. Okay, that's something that I'm going to try and avoid, because just to show you here, see how short the spears are of my Spartans, okay, in comparison to the massive length of those Pontus pikes there. So don't forget that my guys would have to fight all the way down those pikes, being killed all the time before they could get to the man on the other end. So I want to avoid fighting the long pikes of Pontus if I can. Maybe here I need to hit one of the Roman armies there. But as I say, I think the team plan here was that my army was going to be the kind of pathfinder, the hard edge of the attack, if you like, with that old-fashioned, old-school battle formation there, moving forward towards the enemy Roman troops. Okay, you can see there moving towards, but as I say, I want to try and avoid fighting Pontus if I possibly can, because as I say, with those long pikes, they got a big advantage over my short-speared Spartans there. And the reason for that is just you lose so many Spartans trying to fight down those pikes to kill the man on the other end, and usually you Spartans will probably lose against those long pikes there. But as I say here, look, I'm heading towards the enemy Roman armies there. That's where I'm looking to hit. And you can see Pompey here is backing me up with his Brutio troops. You can see that Crypto's moved his Brutio troops forward as well. You can see Duke Luke is retreating his troops there, pulling back closer to his Scipio ally. But I'm going to charge now. I think, if I remember right in this battle, I'm going to go for the enemy Scipio troops there. Now, as you can see here, BARCLAYMAN with his Macedonians here, the plan was he is going to intercept Pontus before they can actually come into contact with my Spartans if they move down in that direction. Now, remember that those Macedonian pikemen there are superior to Pontus pikemen, which we'll look at a little bit later there just to explain that. Okay, so you can see I'm running my Spartans forward there, as I say, being the leading edge of the attack for our team. My archers shooting into enemy archers here. Even my cheap archers still doing some damage to the enemy archers there. Okay, so you can see now I'm committing my Spartans here to attack the enemy Scipii troops in front of me. Okay, and we're just going to charge straight into them there. And of course, as you've seen in other battle videos, what I try and do is attack so aggressively that it sucks in units from other enemy armies, therefore weakening their armies in front of my allies' armies, if you see what I mean. If they're sending units over to reinforce here, then of course their armies are going to be weaker against my allies there. So as you can see, really charging forward there. Can you see that that pilot shield unit stuck out there? Can you see how it's like caused my infantry there a bit of a bulge in my infantry as I'm charging forward? But straight away you'll see that Pontus here, ROMEX, is now moving his long piked Pontus pikeman now to get in behind. I think he's going to get in behind his Scipii ally. Okay, I think he's going to run him down there, form up there, and then move those pikes forward to engage my Spartans as I come through those Scipii Roman units. That's what I think he's going to do. So I hope BARCLAYMAN here with his Macedonians can run forward and maybe intercept Pontus before they get down to my short-speared Spartans there. So just hope that he can intercept there. Okay, so as I say, I'm now pushing forward into that Scipii infantry. As I say, Spartans, when you attack with them, very slow moving, but they tend to go over most things that they come up against. And as you can see, they're very slow moving into the enemy Scipii infantry there. You can see Pompey moving his infantry up just behind mine. But as you can see, the Pontus pikemen moving down towards their Scipii ally there as I'm pushing into those Scipii Roman troops. As I say, I just hope that BARCLAYMAN can get his Macedonian pikemen across there to intercept Pontus before they come down onto my Spartans there. But as you can see there, Pontus there, ROMEX moving really fast with his pikemen there to get in behind his Scipii ally. And unfortunately, I don't think BARCLAYMAN is going to be able to intercept them. No, I don't think he was there. He's not going to be able to do that. So let's pause again for a second. So okay, so me attacking the Scipii army there has made Luke bring over his some of his units. We've got Pontus coming down here as well. You can see Pompey's charged one of his cavalry units in there. So what we need now is BARCLAYMAN to be very aggressive here and attack Pontus and maybe the flank of those enemy Scipii troops there. That might be a good move there. As I say, you can see Pompey here facing Duke Luke there. Who has weakened his army to move Julii units over to the other flank. And you've got Crypto facing CRUELBOT. Remember, CRUELBOT's only got 8 infantry there. So that could be an interesting tussle there on that left flank. Okay. But as I say, here you can see my Spartans moving gradually into those Scipii units there. And as I say, you can see ROMEX here doing a really good tactical move with his Pontus pikemen there, getting in behind his Scipii ally. So now not only am I going to be fighting Roman Scipii army, which is what I wanted to do, I'm going to be fighting the Pontus long pikemen there, which is something I didn't want to do. Remember we said that at the beginning of the battle there. So now BARCLAYMAN here, I hope is going to be very aggressive with his pikemen there and come in on the flank of them. As I say, I've got the long pikes of Pontus there, plus the enemy Scipii infantry against my Spartans there. Okay, so not only am I fighting Scipii here, I'm fighting all of the Pontus army as well. And as I say, Duke Luke's brought his Julii troops over here. As I say, BARCLAYMAN here. Now what I'd like to show you here is we've looked at this in other battle videos here. Did you know, if you notice here, can you see how small the Pontus shields are in comparison to the Macedonian shields? And because the Macedonians have got such big shields, they get 3 extra defense points than other pike units. Okay, so the Macedonians get 3 more defense points because of the large shield they carry in comparison to the small shield that the other pike units carry there. So in theory here, the Macedonians should beat Pontus because they've got that 3 extra defense points. But you can see that Duke Luke has moved his Julii troops up there to support his Pontus ally. Okay, so this could be a make or break of the battle right here, what we're looking at here. As I say, I'm really advancing aggressively into that enemy Scipii infantry. I don't want to fight Pontus there. Those long pikes there will kill my Spartans quite quickly as I try and fight down those long pikes to kill the man on the other end. But I'm still advancing forward here. And I think what I thought at the time is, right, okay, I'm here now. I'm just going to attack flat out. I'm going into those Pontus pikemen. I just attack them. You've got BARCLAYMAN here moving his pikes forward. And as I say, you got Duke Luke bringing some of his Julii units out to that flank. Bang! And then you go and bang! As Demon's cavalry smash into the flank of my engaged Spartans there. Now that was a nice hit there by Demon there, smashing into the flank of my Spartans there as I'm still moving forward now into those Pontus pikes. That was a nice aggressive hit there. I've got Scipii troops coming in on my flank as well. You can see BARCLAYMAN here moving his pikes forward. Here's pikemen forward there to engage enemy troops there. And there's a kind of an overview of this right flank and right centre of what's going on. And if we move over to this left flank here, You can see here Crypto facing all of Duke Luke's cavalry plus CRUELBOT's 8 infantry units plus CRUELBOT's infantry out there as well. Remember his cavalry, he's got 8 upgrades on his cavalry there, so it's an interesting tussle there on our left flank between Crypto and CRUELBOT and Duke Luke's cavalry. Okay, but here you can see them really pushing in here. My Spartans are really pushing into those the pikes of Pontus there. You can see really still moving forward, like still being aggressive, still trying to fight down those pikes of Pontus there, trying to suck in as many units as I can. The more enemy units that I can suck into this particular part of the battlefield, the less there are for my allies to fight, and my allies could well take advantage of that, I'm hoping there. So say still moving forward. Look, we've got a pocket of Scipii infantry there. If you notice, they're caught between my Macedonian ally and my Greek cities there. Alright, let's just pause the game for a second. So here you can see that pocket of Demons infantry there being sandwiched between Macedonian pikes and my spearmen there, and all those units except his general so far have been routed. So I think basically we've taken out all of the enemy Scipii infantry there, and I'm just going to start attacking the flank of those Pontus pikemen there, while my Macedonian ally is engaging them as well. You can see here still moving my Spartans there, still trying to be aggressive, still attacking, still trying to weaken Pontus as much as I can here. As I say, those of you that watched our battle videos before, one of the things I like to do is to try and, as I say, suck in as many enemy units as possible to attack my Greek cities, as this of course will weaken the rest of the enemy army there, hopefully giving my allies an advantage that they can make the most of there. But as you can see there, really pushing in with my spearmen there against those Pontus pikes. Look at the length of those Pontus pikes. I'm trying to force my Spartans down those pikes to kill the man on the other end. And as I say, I didn't really want to fight them there, but I'm in a position now where I'm just going to go for it. Here you can see Duke Luke has got one of his Julio units in behind me, attacking the rear of my attacking troops there. Let's just pause the game for a second here. So, as I say, my entire battle line now is now engaged with Pontus, pushing down those pikes as hard as I can. I've got Pontus pike unit coming in behind. I've got a Julio unit attacking me from the rear as well. Okay, but I'm still pushing forward there. Still trying to weaken those Pontus pikes as much as I can there. But as I say, I've got Julio infantry and that one big Pontus pike unit coming in on my flank. Still pushing forward though. Oh, well, that's good news. We've killed the Pontus general. Now, we know Pontus morale's not very good, so to take the general out was a good move there. I'm glad we've done that. That's a really good move. You can see a lot of those Pontus units starting to rout now. As I say, their morale's not very good. Take the general out, and you can see that without that morale, how they're starting to rout. But now you can see Duke Luke has brought a lot of his Julio troops into the fray. Plus, there's a big Pontus unit there heading towards the rear of my units as well. See a lot going on. Right, let's pause the game for a second here. So, as I say, we got Julio infantry coming in behind me. We got that big 117 unit Pontus unit coming in behind me. We've got more Julio troops coming in here. Okay, you can see, I think it's Pompey here has brought some of his Brutio infantry over here to help Barclayman's Macedonians against Duke Luke's Julio troops there. Okay, so as I say, this right flank and right centre of ours could be the make or break of the battle. Okay, and at the rear here you can see that Demon's cavalry is still a potent force there. Now he may well look to smash into the rear of my engaged Spartans there. Okay, as I say, bring in Greek cities. I've put my team in a cavalry disadvantage, and they, you know, we could well see that there now with Demon's cavalry. Here you are, you can see that CRUELBOT backed up by Duke Luke's cavalry moving in on Crypto there. As I say, don't forget that CRUELBOT only got 8 infantry there against Crypto's 14, but you've got Duke Luke's cavalry backing him up as well. Now you can see a lot of Pontus units have routed, but you can see some of the Pontus units have actually rallied and will be coming back into the fray. But as I say, as far as I'm concerned now, my job is here is just to weaken as many enemy units as I can with my Greek cities. If you notice there, I'm being hit from all directions now from enemy troops. I got a load of Duke Luke's Julii troops attacking me. I got that big Pontus pike unit moving in on me as well, and I'm fighting a pike unit in front of me. So you can see my Spartans are really being squeezed now by enemy troops. Now I'm thinking just a cavalry attack could finish my Spartans off. Right, here comes Demon's cavalry, and bang, as they smash in. So BARCLAYMAN's got that one pike unit there holding all those cavalry up. Now that was a great holding move there by BARCLAYMAN, those pikes holding those Scipii cavalry up, because I think if they had smashed in to my Spartans, that would have been the end of my Spartans there, because make no mistake, my Spartans are battle depleted and they're tired as well. And you can see all those enemy troops moving in on me, and I think that cavalry, the shock from that cavalry hitting me there, would have routed my Spartans there. Okay, I'm just surrounded by enemy units there coming in from all sides. But as I say, I'm just trying to weaken the enemy as much as I can here. I think my Spartans are going to get taken out, but I'm just going to try and, as I say, weaken out and take out as many of the enemy as I can. Over as fast as I can there. But over here at the rear, if you like, of the battle, there you can see that CRUELBOT with his well upgraded cavalry, plus Duke Luke's cavalry, plus CRUELBOT's 8 infantry units there. They're starting to move in on Crypto, but you can see Pompey has brought his cavalry over here to help Crypto there against the double cavalry attack he's facing. Okay, so over here, as I say, this could be the make or break of the battle here, or maybe not. As I say, you can see all the enemy troops coming in. As I say, one big cavalry hit, and I think my Spartans will rout. Okay, here comes Demon's cavalry. Get ready for this. I think this could be the final straw. And bang! They smash into my Spartan units there. And you can see now, most of my Spartan units have now routed. You can see, I think I've got one unit left. Nope, that's it. Okay, so at this stage of the battle, okay, every single one of my Spartans have now been routed or killed, as you can see. So, as I say, the enemy has taken out all my Spartan army there. I think my army has weakened the enemy quite a lot. I took out quite a few of those Pontus pikes there, and I think most of the Scipii infantry, but I've now lost all my Spartans, and all I've got left now is a few archer units that I'm shooting at the enemy with my archers. But all my Spartans have now been taken out. So here now at the back of the battle here, you can see CRUELBOT with his cavalry. Remember, he's got 8 upgrades, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack, but only 8 infantry. And you've got Duke Luke's cavalry there as well. But Pompey has brought his cavalry over here to help Crypto. Here you can see the cavalry moving in, and bang, as they smash into each other here. But as I say, don't forget, CRUELBOT's got 8 upgrades, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. Here come Duke Luke's cavalry as well. Bang, as they smash in there. With those great upgrades on those SPQR, can you see they've both alt-attacked, both using their heavy swords instead of their light lances there. Okay, you can see a lot of our allies' cavalry have now been routed here, as that dual cavalry attack there from CRUELBOT and Duke Luke's cavalry has routed a lot of our allies' cavalry here. So as I say, at the moment here, I think the enemy look like they're winning at the moment, I think. I don't know whether we'll be able to turn things around here, but as I say, that CRUELBOT's only got 8 infantry. Do you think that was enough for the modern day battlefield, even with all that upgrades on his cavalry? Here comes those Julii cavalry, and bang, as they smash into our allies there. That was a nice hit there. As I say, you can see a lot of enemy units starting to rout here. I can see the SPQR general has just been routed there, so they've lost a general morale bonus there. So that was a nice nice hit there from either Pompey or Crypto to take that out there. You can see those well upgraded SPQR cavalry charging again, and bang, as they smash in there. Remember, our allies' armies are green, the enemy are the red and the purple here, okay? So as I say there, you can see at a glance there that Pompey and Crypto, our allies there, are green, and as I say, the enemy are purple there, CRUELBOT, and the red army there is of course Duke Luke. But as you can see there, we've routed those 8 SPQR infantry units there. As I say, I think 8 infantry units might be a little bit low for the modern day battlefield, especially as he spent his money on his cavalry, not on his infantry. Over here you can see BARCLAYMAN doing really well with his Macedonians in holding up the Julii troops there. But if you look here, can you see Duke Luke has got fully intact units there. Now whether they've still got all their pilers, I don't know, but they are fully intact and fresh units to throw into the fray against tired troops there. Now whether that's going to make a difference or not, we just have to wait and see. But as I say, at this stage of the battle, Pompey and Crypto, in a great combined team effort there, has routed the enemy SBQR infantry. Now if you notice here, can you see that Duke Luke's Julii cavalry here are just walking as they get smashed by our Brutii allies cavalry there, and both those units have been routed. I think he must have been concentrating on his infantry rather than his cavalry at that stage of the battle, as both of those cavalry units just got taken out as they were just walking there. But he's got other cavalry units that he's attacking our Brutii allies with there. And as I say there, you can see him moving his cavalry really around. But don't forget, he's got those 3 fresh, completely fresh, full units there that he's still got to throw into the fray against tired, battle-depleted troops. Now whether that'll make a difference or not, I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see as our allies move their Brutii army forward there. But as I say, BARCLAYMAN's been doing really well with his Macedonians at holding up the enemy Julii troops there. As I say, you can see our allies' green Brutii troops moving in there to attack those enemy Julii troops there. As I say, remember that we're Macedon and Brutii, okay? So we're the green Romans and Macedon, and the enemy are the red, purple and Pontus, okay? But you can see our Brutii infantry closing in there. You can see here our allies' cavalry moving around the battlefield, and you can see Duke Luke's cavalry and infantry moving around the battlefield as well. And here is a surgical strike, I think, on the Julii general. Bang! As they smash in there. Make no mistake there, that was a surgical strike to try and take out the Julii general, which they've done. They've routed the Julii general, so they've taken away the morale bonus there. Make no mistake, as I say, that was a surgical strike there. I think it was from Pompey there, aiming for the Julii general. He hit them, and he's now routed the Julii general. So as I say, they've lost that general morale bonus there. So nice hit there. As I say, surgical hit there by Pompey. You can see Julii cavalry charging back in there, and bang as they charge in there. But as I say, I think it's going to be. Do you think it's going to be a close battle here? You can see cavalry charging into the rear of one of those fresh Julii units has just been routed there. So I think Pompey and Crypto have worked extremely well together there against the enemy troops. Let's say BARCLAYMAN's been holding up the enemy there with his long piked Macedonians there. Been doing a really good job. Let's say our allies' Brutii troops are gradually closing there. You can see that cavalry there. I think of Pompey going to charge through his infantry, and bang! And he smashes into the rear of those Julii infantry there that are still fighting. I think those Julii infantry are holding really well, bearing in mind they just got smashed by cavalry, and they've got infantry attacking in front as well. So I thought they held pretty good there. But gradually here, can you see we're gradually turning the screw a little bit, and a lot of the Julii units are starting to rout. Right, just show you here, as we talked about before, those Julii Roman infantry are trying to fight down the length of those Macedonian pikes to kill the man on the other end. Do you see how difficult it is for Roman troops to try and fight down those pikes? And they'll be losing men all the time as they try to fight down those pikes, you see. That's why it's so difficult for Roman troops attacking pikes head on. And I wouldn't recommend that unless you really have to, or if you hold the pike units where you get units in behind them. Okay, you can still see Julii units here. I think Duke Luke has just admitted defeat, and it looks like our our team has managed to go on to win the battle there. As you can see, I think the enemy now have admitted defeat. So let's say our team managed to go on to win the battle. Let's say it's quite a spread out battle, with parts of the battlefield where it was most intense. Here you can see that looks like a pretty good cavalry scrap that went on there. As we moved across here, you can see a lot of cavalry and infantry there. So you can see this was a very intense part of the battlefield here as well. As we move across this particular part here, as I say, you can see a lot of dead piled up on the top of each other. Then it's a little bit quieter as we move across here. Still some dead though. And then we move over to another intense part of the battlefield. Over here, you can see here that that's where all the piles of dead are. So you can tell this was very intense there. You can see my red cloaked Spartans there. You can see they always stick out on the battlefield there. And look at the massive of enemy dead around my Spartans there. So you can see I think my Spartans probably did okay there. as you can see, all the enemy dead lying in and around the dead of my Spartans there. So I think they probably did okay there. So as I say, it's quite a spread out battlefield there. And just say well done to everybody in the game there. And just to say, guys, you know, whether you win or whether you lose, you know, it's always good sportsmanship to say good game. I noticed in this game that 2 players didn't say good game at the end of it. They just left. You see, that's the entirety of my army there. 3 Cretan archers. That's all I got left. Battle depleted Cretan archers. Well, I've had them shooting into the enemy all the way through the battle, but that's all I've got left. And if you notice here, BARCLAYMAN here has got 3 very battle depleted pike units there. Okay, remember those 120 man units, and that's all he's got left of his pikes, and I think he's got 3 archer units left as well. So this just goes to show how much of a grinding down battle of attrition this was. And I wonder if it's going to be close. Do you think it's going to be a close victory? Average? What do you think? I think it should be close here from the amount of troops that we've got left. Okay, so just as I say, always remember to say good game at the end of the battle. If you don't say good game, it kind of gives the impression that you're a bad loser and that you kind of are raging behind your computer that you've lost. So just to say good game is good sportsmanship. First thing I'd like to say is really well played to everybody in the game. And as you can see, it was an average victory. I'd have thought it was been close, but to say it's average here. Highest kills in the game goes to CRUELBOT, 1,701. And remember, he only had 8 infantry. I think what is 6 archers and 6 cavalry. Very unusual army build there with only 8 infantry, and he's still got the highest kills in the game. So maybe it's not the quantity of troops that you bring, but it's how you use them that you get the best kills. So well done to CRUELBOT there, 1,701 kills, highest kills in the game. So well done to GOTW ROMEX, bringing Pontus there, 1,262 kills, really good kills for Pontus. Well done ROMEX. Well done to Demon, probably didn't get the kills that he wanted to there. I think he had some problem with his keyboard during the course of the battle there. So I'm not quite sure if that would have affected his movement. Well done to Duke Luke, 1,379 kills, did well there. And as I say, well done to CRUELBOT, highest kills in the game. So really well played, guys, great battle there. I thought you played really well. That old, very old Greek cities army of mine managed to scrape in the 2nd highest kills, so I was quite pleased with that. That old-fashioned battle formation did okay in the end. Well done to Crypto, got some good kills there. Great combination between Crypto and Pompey there, I thought. Good kills for Pompey too, really good kills. And BARCLAYMAN got the 3rd highest kills in the game with his Macedonians, so really well done to him. So really well played, guys. I thought everybody played well there. Let's say it was nice to see Pontus and 3 Romans. Do you think that any team, and then my Greek cities, 2 Romans and Macedon, do you think either team had faction advantage, or do you think it was pretty even? So let's say that's our last battle for 2021. I hope you really enjoyed it. I wanted to try and find a memorable battle so we could go out of 2021 with a bang. And I know you like the bangs when the cavalry charge is going in. Just Spartan Commander saying see you soon. Have a great new year.